year at Released, I met my friend Jessica. We just randomly got placed in the same room. Jessica was pregnant and she was excited about meeting her new baby, healthy baby girl. And so I did her maternity photo shoot with her husband and her 2 little boys. The next day, I went to pick up my mom from the airport. She was visiting from Colorado. When I picked her up, I said, "Mom, I just have an incredible urge from the Holy Spirit just telling me that I needed to go. I feel like one of my friend's babies has Down syndrome." And she didn't understand, but I ended up dropping her off at the house. And I called my husband on the way, and I said, "Babe, I just am having a very, very strong prompting from the Holy Spirit telling me that Jessica's baby has Down syndrome." My husband said, "No, that can't be. I mean, could you imagine if that was true? How amazing God would be to put you in her life right now." I told him I could be mistaken, and I just had an urge so strongly that I couldn't ignore it, and I had to just walk in obedience, even though I did not understand it. I showed up at the hospital. I, at that time, did not know Jessica well at all, other than hanging with her at church camp and doing her photo shoot. Really, I didn't know her, so just going to the hospital, it was really, really uncomfortable. And that's when I think you really know it's from God. I continued to just walk in faith and obedience when I didn't understand it. I knocked on her door and I walked in, and I immediately felt the sadness in the room. I asked Jessica, "What's wrong? What's going on?" And she told me with tears in her eyes that her baby girl had just got diagnosed with Down syndrome. And with tears in my eyes and overwhelmed with emotion, I told her, "This may sound crazy, but I already know because God prompted me to come here right now." I asked her if she knew that I also had a little girl with Down syndrome, and she didn't. She said that the doctor, right before I got there, came into her room and told her there's a club here in Abilene, Texas called the Upside Down Club that supports families with children with Down syndrome. And so she was actually on her phone looking it up when I walked into the room. So she was so confused. And I told her that myself, alongside 2 other women, we run the Upside Down Club. And she was just blown away at the miracle that God hadn't forgotten her, and we're there. I got to sit on her bed with her and just laugh and cry. God has a plan for each and every one of us if we choose to just stop and listen. I never would have thought, being a little girl feeling so unworthy and alone, that God would use that to take me to where I am today, touching so many lives and being able to support and love on so many people. My name is Becca Bortnick, and I've been released.